today is we're going to start with Seema Kohli. Seema is from India, and she's an alchemist, a dreamer, a visualizer, an artist, thriving on imagination, ideas, philosophies, stories of interesting lives and narratives, recreating these in paintings, sculptures, installations, and performances in different dimensions. So Seema, we will start with you today. A warm welcome to Seema. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. It's really great, and I really feel good to be here in Prague. I was really wanting to be here, but to be a part of WIN and coming back as a WIN family, it is really nice. It's like touching base with a larger family here. Today, I'm going to talk about beauty, trust, passion, and I've also added truth, because I thought truth is intrinsic. We just cannot take the truth out and have all these things together. So, but my view is going to be from an artist's point of view. It is a very, very different, I think, insight into an artist's way of living and an artist's way of expressing, and why and how we do it in our works, in our paintings, as poets, as writers, as performers. So I would like to share my views about this with you. Okay, I put it on the slideshow. Yeah. So artists, like writers, are illusionists. We replicate which already exists. We just give you a different view of looking at things in a different way. Like magicians, we shuffle the pack of cards that you already hold in your hands. Art merely teaches you to look at it again from a different perspective, from a perspective of a different person. Do we have deeper insights? Like most of the time, I'm always asked that, do you see, like, you're intuitive, you're more perceptive to different things? Are we evangelists? If such was the case, wouldn't Picasso have been more of a gentleman? Wouldn't Frida Kahlo have suffered less? Would Sylvia Plath have taken her own life? Would Van Gogh have suffered so? Disappointing as it may turn out, I have to admit, as people, as human beings, we have no special knowledge. Whether writers or poets or indeed philosophers, I think trained psychologists might know more about other people and their minds and their hearts. Artists, they just don't have this kind of an understanding. We are often cut off from reality. We spend our days, like writers, isolated and alone in our studios. It's a very, very solitary path. Socially, we occupy only the outer fringes rather than the mainstream society. We are observers. Perhaps this is our only virtue. We have the gift of patience, of silence. We can stand outside looking in, or looking inside, standing inside, looking out. We notice things because we study them. Different artists study different things like colors, textures, even perhaps smells, and they react to these in their works. Some react to the social and political scenario in their works and in their lives. Issues that dog our modern day life, concerns which are there around in every nation, every society, of terrorism, bias in social system based on caste, creed. I say caste because in India that is a very, very major problem. So caste, creed, language, color, faith, which is again a very intrinsic issue to the world just now, and humanity, which has kindled us all throughout. They were not of the nature that we inherited basically. How do we look at people? As subjects, as just merely subjects of a work. We see physical forms, we see stories. Often we make up fictions. We see what we want to see because that is how we want to paint them. Does this make us all very self-centered? For in the main, we make up of an alternate reality of the world around us. That is an expression of our innermost feelings, of our consciousness. It is how we feel, whether we love or it is opposite of it, hate, both strong and very, very strong emotional surges that define our creative expressions. We express it in so many ways, compelled to search for what is beauty and its opposite, what is soiled, degraded, or ugly. Or truth, which we may or may not recognize as such, for creativity allows us the ability to choose our freedom, the freedom to choose the truth, and passion for what is the world without desire. A desire as much for love as for learning, for creation as much for procreation. Beauty, truth, passion, trust, everyone in the world searches for this. For what would life be without the other? Often we encounter their exact opposites, but they are not by choice. As an artist and as a woman artist, I'm taken in by everyday beauty of a flight of birds, the smell of coffee, a melting sunset that bleeds into the sky. All these I react to as a poet and as a painter both. But a poet and an artist both must acknowledge that truth means different things to different people at different times. We take a license to manipulate the truth. We just like to express it the way we want to, and somehow it reaches the other side. But what anyway is the truth? An artist's truth may be unlike other people's truth. It seeks out deeper, more metaphorical, philosophical, even an unreal meaning. It might cheat a little, it might cheat a lot, or not at all. If I seek to paint love, how should I do it? My truth of love might differ from another's. It might even stand contradictory to another. Truth has the power to heal, but it also has the power to destroy. What I make of it, therefore, is that truth may be selfish. It is one's own record of an account, a passing moment of history, or the anticipation of future, of something which we want to live, or we have lived, or we want to feel, or we have felt. It is my truth and no one else. Another's truth is also not mine. The phrase is a fraught one. Can one imagine a life without attachments? Seers and saints do. But we cannot do, and we cannot be all saints and seers. Indeed, I could hardly be an artist, to be a complete artist, because I wanted to renounce the world. To be an artist is to be passionate about what I believe in, about truth, or at least my version of it, about beauty and its antithesis, ugliness, that which we want to hide away anyway. Being a person, an artist, is about attachments, about desires, about trust, naturally, about passion. And passion can be positive or negative. It can heal and it can destroy. It has the powers we cannot even imagine. But passion can be as big or as small as we choose of it. Little pleasures or big ones, innocent or dangerous, real or imaginary, permanent or in passing. I cannot imagine my life as anything else but an artist now. It is my dharma and my karma, my responsibility and my duty. But I am simultaneously an artist, a woman, a mother, a friend, a daughter, a guardian, a mentor, a housewife. I am the sum of many parts, and my art is the sum of many, many things, and they are all intertwined. My devotion to the spiritual path is a part of my journey as a woman and as an artist, and try as I much may want to, I cannot just separate anything from all of these. The more important question is, why would I wish to? Why would anyone want to break up their paths to study their responses and their emotions? We laugh and we cry. We bask in the warmth of sunshine and cherish the smell of rain on parched soil with all our beings, both the mind and heart, as women with everyday cares, as professional people and as individuals. Our works completes us. It is this person, my complete and my incomplete self, that I respond to. What makes up the essence of this world, this home that we call life, and to beauty, truth, passion, and trust. Now we move on to the existence of beauty, which is the most important, I think. We see beauty where we want to. It is just not that something you can just say that this is beautiful. Here at this moment, I cannot help but ponder over the meaning of beauty. At its most banal, for me, what does it really mean? As an artist, I might say that it exists in the manner in which I mix my colors, in the aesthetic planning that goes into the creation of a painting. I must balance my subject. My creation is the thing of beauty to me. I find beauty in nature. I know beauty in God. I grew up to be a spiritual person, knowing the beauty of words and verses by the tales of my ancestors and my grandfather and my father and everyone. So I know the beauty of prayer, the relief of obeisance before a divinity we neither know nor comprehend. I imagine the artist in me looking at the world through the eyes of a painter. What do I see differently? Innumerable imagery of rhythm of life, the life pulsating in everything, every being, whether living or not. This is the rhythm we all respond to, not as artists and writers, housewife, bankers, designers, accountants, teachers, but as people. Our responses might be different as individual people, and depending on what we are experiencing and what frame of mind we are in at that time, but we cannot be oblivious of that which surrounds us, overwhelms us completely. Let me share the details of my day with you all. I'm what people call a morning person. I wake up early, often much before dawn, before city sounds, telephone calls. This is the time to think and reflect. For hymns, for yoga, for meditation, for tea. A preparation for the day in which Confucius say everything has beauty, but not everyone sees beauty. As an artist, beauty for me is a reflection of pool in which I see myself, in which I look for reflections of social issues and my concerns for these, and yet I see in these the manifestations of God's universe. For is this not paradise? Beauty then for me is arranging my figures and my colors, fixing my canvas, letting the hymns wash all over me as I concentrate on my alter ego. I think and I read a lot, so my work emerges from a cocoon of learning. There are ancient whispers and contemporary sounds, and the symphony makes up my art. I am me on my canvas, is it? Is that figure of the woman in the painting me? The lover entwined with her anthropomorphic half, the dancer uniting the sky and the earth, the woman with the lotus in her hair, As Khalil Gibran said, beauty is eternity gazing at itself in a mirror. But you are the eternity, and you are the mirror. In my studio, I'm many women, but those many women are me. They are you. They are every woman. In the balance of the universe, I sense beauty. In the perfection of the way the forces align in harmony and in opposition, a universe is created. In the forests and in the lakes, groves and enchanted meadows. When love and seeking are true, then there is no seeking. Shams Tabriz, a Sufi, had said a long time back, my truth begins with my search. As an artist, but also as a woman, relationships and coexistence have been my interest. Outside the frame of my canvas is totally chaos. The world is a bedlam. There are traffic jams, women are raped, people killed, cities bombed. Annihilation is a breath away. I could, but I do not paint this pain at all, this celebration of gore and bloodshed, fragility and strength. That is what I paint. I paint relationships and harmony of coexistence, a man and a woman united, together with their energies balancing the universe. They are the reason for the existence of the cosmos. From this springs eternity. Here is creation in all its lush. Even when parted, they remain a part of each other like offshoots. Life is to be celebrated. In my studio, within myself, you'll find my truth. It is here in the details of my canvases, in the cityscapes of my paintings and the doodles of my drawings. I'm true to myself, or at least I'm true to myself the only way I know. We may not agree, but I respect your judgment, your truth, just as you must respect mine. I had a dream while growing up. I wanted to renounce the world, to seek my inner self, excavate the mysteries of the unknown being who was constantly moving me, molding me. Was this she or he? My shadow, which was ahead of me or behind me? My father, he showed me another truth. To be of the world, to have children, to know love, one gave way to another. It is the way of life, the path I was led to. One I would not exchange for another now. Whose truth was that? I look for answers among my paints, the tree roots, the hidden and strong ones, its branches visible, spring with life. In the presence of branches, the roots can never be hidden or absent. Trust yourself. Create the kind of self that you will. Be happy to live with all your life. Make the most of yourself by fanning the tiny inner spark of possibility into flames of achievements. Golda Meir said, a newborn baby holds on to the mother with the implicit truth, complete in that hallowed circle of love. We love with passion. Love can translate into love or hatred. But trust? Whom can we trust? Can we trust somebody? Similarly, trust means melting into one another in physical love, but also in our thought and sameness and differences. Trust in love is, alas, fragile, easily destroyed. As a woman, I have sought trust and found that, like a moon, it waxes and wanes. Human nature, by definition, is a bit selfish. Trust must therefore mean giving up as well the moment when we outgrow each other, when our relationship needs a newer, fresher dimension. As an artist, have I found trust? The answer you will find in my works, in my paintings. I inherited passion. In the beginning, there was desire. There was just desire. For without desire, there would not be any creation in this universe. When that superconsciousness wanted to see himself, it was this burning desire to know himself in the multiplicity of beings that then took birth. You are as he is, which is why, for me, passion means one word, desire. But desire is so many things to which love is central. Like many others, I've asked myself, can there be passion without love? A love that can be spiritual, or physical, or intellectual, or philosophical, or merely theoretical. But to respond, in the words of Gibran, desire is half of life, indifference is half of death. Or in other words, to love anything, a child, a dress, a person, a chore, is to be possessed of that love. For many, passion is a physical reaction born of beauty, born of trust. It is love, attraction, subjugation, and submission. It is beautiful, magical, mystical, and enchanted. I, like you all, have been in love, known love, been touched by desire, experienced passion. What Coelho says, profound desire, that true desire, the desire to be close to someone, that closeness, that warmth, that familiarity, the abandon of joy, of loving and nurturing, of lovers, of parenthood, of life, of rhythm. For me, to experience spirituality is to acknowledge the love of all humanity. I believe in universal consciousness, one which is always, always, always dreaming. To dream is to desire. To desire is to seek. To seek is to attain. To attain is to discover. To discover is to create. Perhaps that is only the task of an artist. Thank you. I'm sorry for taking in more time. Absolutely sorry.
Thank you, Seema. Beautiful.
I'll just take this off.